Hey, hey! And we're back and we're live. How you doing, everybody? And welcome back. So tonight is a special night. It was a really great day yesterday. I know, like the last time I spoke on live, I was talking about that I was going down to Virginia Beach to promote the product, the Stallmate. So I'm happy to say that we sold out. We sold out all of the units that we had down there. So super excited about that. I mean, this entrepreneurial journey is just fantastic. So I wanted to just share with you my joy and share with you my passion that we're really kicking butt right now. So looking forward to continuing on that journey. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what building health and wealth. So like I mentioned in my last video, um, the my experience with CBD oils and the whole HempWorks organization has been really awesome. So if you haven't tried CBD oil, I highly recommend giving it a shot. You have nothing to lose. It's herbal, it's organic, it's all natural. So why not just give it a shot? Um, and hopefully, you have some great results. I mean, everybody's results are going to be different, and everybody has different things going on with their body. But give it a shot, whether you're trying to sleep better or you're just trying to kind of feel less pain, aches and joint aches, muscle aches, all those type of things. So you want to just kind of give that a shot. So in talking to some of the leaders that we have in the organization, there's just one thing that I'm impressed with is their tenacity and their ability to just keep going and keep going and keep going. So I have my messenger on my phone, and it's like literally like everybody is just kind of constantly communicating, encouraging each other, and just giving each other words of advice and encouragement to just kind of keep going. And what that brings us to is the conversation of execution. So I want to talk a little bit about execution because everybody's got great ideas. You probably have thought of like 50 great inventions in your lifetime. You've probably thought of 50 great books or movies or, songs that you wanted to write. And, you have these great ideas and they just kind of, you pull them out of the universe, you pull them down into your mind, and then you kind of speak to them. Maybe you're talking to a friend, you're like, oh, I got a great idea for this. And you talk about it. And then they're like, oh, that's a great idea. But do you actually do it? And that's where execution comes into play. Do you have the skill sets to do it? Do you have the education to do it? Do you have the wisdom? Do you have the mindset? And do you have the tenacity and the go-getter mentality? So if you want to do something, you want to make something great, you just got to do it. And, a lot of times we let fear get in the way of doing something amazing. Fear of failure is like the number one reason why people don't start their own business. You're going to fail. If you start your own business and you haven't taken business courses and you haven't, had a mentor who's walking you through it, if you don't have investors or you don't have things, 9 times out of 10, you're going to kind of hit a wall, and you're going to fail, and it's fine. Failing is learning. So if you're going to fail, you're going to learn something out of it. So there's no actual failing. There's actually just learning. Okay. You're either going to have small successes or you're going to learn something new that you didn't know either about yourself or about the business or about people, about clients, about attitudes. So, don't let fear get in the way of you starting something that could potentially lead to freedom, lifetime of wealth, joy, more time with your family, more time with your kids, whatever it is that you're going for. You're going to one day, eventually find it. You know, one out of every five businesses, or like well, 4 out of 5 businesses, will fail in their first 5 years. It's just a statistical fact. So how do you get past that hurdle? You know, um, you just got to have like the magic formula. The magic formula is just tenacity. I've known so many people who just started a business. They started small. They didn't really go out and get a loan. They just kind of used whatever funds they had available to them. In fact, I just had a conversation with a gentleman who's launching a new product into the marketplace, who is a teacher who's just trying to do it on his own, and it's, I applaud him. He's already gotten some sales. He's already developed his product. He's already put it out there. And that is impressive. For me, that's a really impressive person. And you I think that he's going to do fantastic at the end of the day because he's just doing it. A good friend of mine who I've played football with for probably the last 8 years, his name's Eric Barron. Eric Barron is the CEO of Triple Mint. It's a real estate company in New York. But before that, I mean, he's been a kind of a big time real estate mogul in New York before he went on and did his own venture. But he's hugely successful. He's a very wealthy guy. And about 5 years ago, when people started to make videos and post them on YouTube, he posted a video that said, "When is good enough?" And you can see in this scenario here, I am in my car. I have the light from my computer and my light from my phone here. This is my production. It cost me $0. But here I am. I'm delivering a message to you and talking about how you can get started. This didn't cost me anything outside of my cost of the equipment that I have for my business, but outside of that, I didn't have to go hire a professional video crew. I didn't have to go out and get a director or a producer or actors or anything like that. It's just, this is it, and we're in this time frame right now where we have technology to create content at a whim. So there's nothing that is stopping us. As an actor or as a director or a writer, it used to be where you had to ask permission. And I talk about this all the time to other writers and said, we're at the time right now because of YouTube, because of, different, video streaming channels and stuff like that. You don't have to ask permission anymore to create your content. You just create it. I have a couple of friends that are doing web series now, and they're doing very well with their web series. In fact, I have a great story about a girl who was an actress, and we were an actress and actor together here in New York. And we used to go out on auditions together, and she was originally from Maryland. And so 2007, YouTube kind of launches their platform, right? And so I go out and I was like, I was actually in San Diego at the time. And I'm like, hey, you know what? This is great. I had my laptop with me. It was the first laptop that had a camera at the top of it. And so I took my laptop and I'm traveling out to San Diego. Actually, I was just going to LA to visit friends. But on the flight, I was on a JetBlue flight. I meet with a guy who's sitting next to me, and he and about 25 other firefighters are going to San Diego. This is right after the San Diego fires, to go and help clean up and help rebuild homes. The reason why they were going is because it was a not-for-profit group, and they got sponsored by JetBlue. JetBlue paid for their flights to go out there. And the reason why they were going out to San Diego is because the San Diego Fire Department came to New York after 9/11 and helped with the cleanup of the World Trade Center. So it was a mutual exchange of love and compassion for both coasts. It was pretty cool. So I'm like, talking to this guy, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go down to San Diego. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna come down there and I'm going to cover your event. And so I'm down there. All I have is my laptop. And I'm just using my camera on my laptop, and I'm recording clips of this cleanup. And after I shoot this video, I'll actually post that link so you can see what came of me just walking around with my laptop, using it as a camera, recording all this stuff and doing interviews, holding my laptop with the people who were there. And we created this content. So I created this brand called The Busy Guy back then. And simultaneously, my friend, she had moved back down to Maryland, and she was an actress, and I had no idea that she was like this funny girl. So she decides to go into Maryland, and again, she didn't have lights, she didn't have any production, she didn't have scripts and stuff like that. She just did it. She didn't have to send a script into the studios to get them to okay it and to give her a budget for production. She just went out and did it. And we laughed because all she had was the same thing. She just had a laptop, and that was it. So she created these videos where she portrayed all of these different characters and her family members, mothers, aunts, grandfathers, fathers, brothers, sisters, so on and so forth, and then herself. And she's a Filipino girl. Right. And so she's making these videos, and she sends me a message like, you got to check out my videos. I've created this brand called Happy Slip. And so I'm watching it, I'm cracking up, and I'm like laughing, and then I'm watching her number on YouTube go from like 50 views to like 1,000 views to 100,000 views to a 500,000 views to 2 million, 2.5 million views. And I was like, holy mackerel. Like, a lot of people are watching your videos. Like, more people has ever seen her than more people saw her in those videos than ever saw her on stage or ever saw her on the big screen, you know? And so she created this brand called Happy Slip. So lo and behold, this was before YouTube had content creator partnerships. She then became the first content creator partner of YouTube. And because of her relationship, that's how everything kind of was born, with content creators and people getting paid and so on and so forth. That whole system was developed because of her brand that she created. And it was just such an amazing journey to watch her kind of go through this. And I'm sure she doesn't have to work a day in her life as going to auditions and stuff like that, because she's a producer, she's a director, she's a content creator, and she has like a huge following. I think it was the number one YouTube channel for a while, and then everybody started to catch on and stuff like that. There's another Indian woman named Lily Singh who now has a TV show. She kind of did the same thing, but she had obviously a huge audience in India. So she was doing the same type of thing. And now, as you can see, YouTube has just exploded. And there's all these channels, and gamers are making hundreds of thousands of dollars and so on and so forth. So we're in this space where you don't need to have permission. Just go out and do it. And the same thing goes with, starting a business. If you want to start a business, who do you have to ask permission for other than yourself? So we get in our own way of not starting our own business. So just go out and do it. I mean, there's just what you have to lose. Just start it. So if you don't have capital, if you don't have $100,000 to invest in a business and like buy a restaurant or buy a franchise or anything like that, the one thing that's great about multi-level marketing is it's very low cost. Like, you could just get in for like whatever, 100, 150 bucks, and you got yourself a business, and you're getting paid basically just to kind of talk about things. Like, I just went to go see Bad Boys, and now I'm going to tell all my friends, oh, yo, you got to check out Bad Boys. It's hilarious. It's funny. There's a lot of great takeaways, so it was a great experience. So I'm going to share it with people. That's all you're doing in multi-level marketing. You're doing the same exact thing. You're just sharing something that has been positive for you in your life. And at the end of the day, whether you're selling products or whether you're building a team, you're just exercising that muscle of entrepreneurship. So I just want to be encouraging to, anybody who's watching this to just go out and do it. Don't let fear hold you back. One of my favorite quotes is from Miss Marianne Williamson. Is our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It goes on. I'm just going to use that because that is our fear. We fear that if we blow up, then everybody around us is going to be a little bit jealous. They're going to be a little bit like, oh, like, you think you're big stuff or whatever. But it's that we're not doing that for that. We're doing that to help bring them into the realm of fearlessness. So if you can be a light for other people around you and say, well, if he could do it or if she could do it, then I could do it, then you're doing God's work, at the end of the day. So I just want to encourage anybody who's watching this, just do it. Just get up, do it. It's good enough. It's good enough to get you going, your ideas. Don't let anybody be a naysayer to your ideas. So many times people say, I come up with an idea, somebody comes up with an idea, and here's what everybody says. Don't they already have that? Yeah, they already have that. So do you think that the guy who's like, you know what, I'm going to make hamburgers and fries, and somebody goes, there's McDonald's. Like, yeah, but I'm going to call it Burger King. How about that? Like, it already existed, right? Somebody says, I want to make soda. I want to sell soda. So there's a company that already does that. It's a Coca-Cola company. They already make soda. You're like, yeah, no, but I want to call it Pepsi, right? And it's going to be better, or it's going to attract a different market. I'm going to do it differently, right? And that opens up a whole can of worms called branding, which in another video, I'll talk to you a little bit about branding and how to create difference so that your brand of whatever you're doing, even if it's the same exact thing that already exists, you could bring that to market and you can become wealthy. You can, sell. I don't know how long it will take. If you don't have a lot of capital to just like kind of throw at it, or have investors who could just throw a whole bunch of money at it and like let it spread, nationally, like overnight, you don't have that. So you're a small time entrepreneur. You just got to get it started. There are ways to get capital. One of the things that I was having a meeting about today was like talking to the guy who was starting this product. How can he gain access to capital to start his business so that he can go from just making it out of his kitchen to then getting a contract manufacturer to make it and then produce it and then position it in the marketplace so it's ready for sale. So I don't want to speak too long tonight. I know it's a Friday night. Everyone wants to go out and have a good time. But I just wanted to just share that tidbit of inspiration. Hopefully if you're inspired by it and you just say, you know what, you're right. I just need to just do it. Okay. So if you're watching this and you're like, you know what, I want to join in this conversation, join in the conversation. You can go to my page and you can take the free tour. And if you want to join into the HempWorks, organization, awesome. If you want to just try out the products, then try the products. Just go to hempworks.com/Nick Bosco. If you want to check out the business, go to hempworks.bizop.com/Nick Bosco. Just take the free tour. You're just going to type in your name, first name, last name, and your email, and then you locked in your position. And you can take the free tour, watch all the videos, and learn as much as you can about it. And then, of course, you could just contact me, ask me any questions about this opportunity in particular. Other ventures or anything like that you have that are you have been festering inside of you, reach out. I'm definitely open to new ideas, and if you need help or something like that, DM me. Just give me a holler, and hopefully I can add value to whatever it is that you're trying to build. So that's it for me tonight. I just wanted to say thank you, and thanks for joining. And if this video gave you any inspiration, then just post it in the comments below. All right. Hope you have a great night and be awesome.